The Attawapiskat First Nation Reserve is about 1,000 kilometres north of Toronto. It lies on the Ontario side of the James Bay coast, and the only way in and out before the ice roads are safe to travel is by air. We visited the remote community and found out why the people there feel all but forgotten. The James Bay Cree used to gather here to fish. It was a place of hope. Today, the fish are contaminated and hope is scarce. Rosie Kostashian grew up here.
When I was small, we used to come and get stuff. Sometimes we would come here and get food. It was our northern store.
The town dump is a symbol of the poverty and an example of what doesn't work here.
So this is low area here.
It sits right beside the sewage ponds, which sit right beside the river. It floods each spring, contaminating the water supply for the whole community.
There was a sewage back up. I thought it was water at first.
Rosie knows all the stories.
They lost their belongings. They moved on to build a tent behind their house, so that's where they stayed for 6 months.
This is where 2-year-old Oliver lives.
Oliver was born with a heart defect.
His house is crawling with mold.
The doctors were saying that he needed to go to a very clean environment after he was taken out of the hospital. And the dad knew what he was bringing him home to, which was not a clean environment.
Joseph lives in this house with his children and grandchildren. It was condemned 3 years ago.
We've been talking about this house for years now. Sometimes I feel we've been overlooked.
It's that feeling that has robbed many of these families of any hope for the future.
We all have wishes, Joseph.
Yeah.
What are your wishes?
Nearly half of the 1,600 residents of this community are children.
How many here Cree was your first language? Hands up.
School is no refuge for them either.
The doors don't close properly. We have a snack program, and the mice would get into that.
The portable classrooms sit beside land contaminated by a massive diesel spill that shut down the original school.
And you come out of the gym. A lot of kids, they just come out with their sweat and they have their coats over, and it's nice, dirty outside.
After all this time, there's no reason to believe anything will change. So many of them simply give up.
We started having problems regarding people committing suicide.
No one counts the number of lives lost to suicide or to drugs.
I seen one, he died on his way coming home, I guess. They found him on the road. His heart stopped.
Still, Rosie has hope things will get better. She says it has to.
I'm just sick and tired of talking. We'll do this, we'll do that. This is going to be done. But do I see any action? Do I see anything being done? No.